Time to make a video. Wire. That go on top?
No, the screw holes are in this. So it must go under.
Oh, the threads, yeah. Be nice if it went on top, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I bet you it's got to open up just a little bit on the ends.
Need 3 hands. It's funny, this LED light I'm using, it's not flickering when I use the other ones on the camera. The camera picks up the flicker that your eyeball can't see. Oh, I see. It's got a little tab, is it?
Yeah. Gotta go between that. That was easy.
Yeah, really, huh? Too bad the customer's watching. You can't charge me extra. I once had a customer come in with a brand new rental car, a Lincoln, 20 years ago. It was running intermittently. Would have this occasional, what would hiccup before fuel injection, probably. Yeah, it was an 81. I opened the hood, and the battery cable was just lying against the terminal. Just touching it, just sitting there. I don't know how, the PDI, no one had noticed it. It was just the friction of the tension of the wire, the copper was pushing it against the terminal. Just sitting there. It was starting, he was driving it around. He'd driven it for a week since he picked it up in New York City or something. I just popped it on top of the lead terminal, tightened it. How much could you charge him for something like that? Took me a minute. Next time someone said to me, next time, tell him you'll look at it after he leaves. See if you find some time.
Yeah, Justin, a guy just came in from Vermont with a microwave. And Justin was working on it. He went to take the switch out of the bracket and broke the bracket. The guy was standing there watching him.
Yep. Yeah, even though we're paid professionals, still freaking goofs.
Yeah.
Like if you just drop that screw, it would have fallen through the floor where the duct goes through. Then you'd have to ask me if I had a magnet, and I'd say, well, you'll have to take a little bit off the repair bill if you want me to get my magnet.
That's it. I just reach in my toolbox and grab another one.
No, but I've got smaller and smaller size. I got all different sizes. Sometimes you just, like when I was working on my father-in-law's car in Florida, changing that alternator, idler, or whatever I was changing, the alternator, the idler pulley. When I changed the belt, you're supposed to change the idler. I dropped that friggin' nut. If I would have had a magnet, they're 99 cents at the dollar store.
Yeah.
But it was there. It was right behind the alternator. But couldn't get to it. I thought about taking the alternator off, but there was 3 bolts. One was underneath. It might have been rusty. I just said, this is ridiculous. Alright, got that new motor in. We've got an outlet right there. How convenient. Crank that baby up. Oh, look at that. Now I got a confession to make. That's the reason we bought the house. Because of this range hood. When we came to look at this house with the agent, the first thing he says is, you have to see this accessory! And he hits the button. And like I told you earlier, I said to him, I ain't buying no freaking fancy house because of a bloody accessory. There's that big freaking fat click.
Yeah, that big $170 motor.
Here it is. Junk. $170 motor. This one doesn't say Kerf Forder or something. What did it say in the other one? It's got a number etched into it, but I think I can read that. The motor is made by...
Han Solo.
Is made by... No, it's made by Bombardier.
Really?
Yeah. Same company that makes snowmobiles. No, I'm teasing because you just told me that you run the club. No. I mean Bombardier. It's made by Bombardier. It's got a name on the motor where the bushing is. I can't read it. 107. I wonder if the gear case cracked because the motor's probably still good.
Actually, I took the motor off the gear case.
Oh, you did? Because you got to... How do you do that? There's no... Oh, there's one screw. There was two screws. Yeah, I see it now. Because I was looking at the top of it. I didn't see it.
Because I wanted to see if it was the motor or the gear case or what was behind here bound up.
Was the gear case moving? It turned?
Well, the motor turned So then I pulled this pin off here that would disengage this end.
Because it was, I see where they try to lift up the corner of it to try and get this thing up. What a pain in the butt. Fancy friggin' crap. $250 anyways. We're getting new tenants in here, so we gotta make it all fancy. The old tenants, who cares? It's like shining the front of your shoes to make a good first impression. Who cares what they think when you're leaving?
Well, then on the other hand, if they're cooking and blowing smoke and grease all over the house.
They should be vegetarians. You like my attitude? Plant-based diet. Slow release carbohydrates and vegetables as opposed to starches and pasta and rice. I was just reading it in Dear Doctor this morning, how to have a better diet. Oh, that's how you turned off the power. I didn't realize there was an outlet there. I'd looked at this thing months ago, many months ago, but I'd forgotten. I'm fixing it just in time for them to move out. They're moving out, what is it? It's May 9th today, I think? May 8th? They're moving out in 3 weeks, and we wait till they move out to fix it. I'm a really conscientious landlord. This is his toolbox. He charges 90 bucks an hour. And I work for free, and there's my toolbox. Funny, huh? I'm making fun of your little toolbox. Sometimes when I got a small job, instead of taking the whole toolbox, I'll take a little pail, an old ice cream pail. I'm thinking that people are going to think I'm some doofus. Supposed to be a repair guy, show up with an ice cream pail with a couple of tools. Carried my toolboxes up enough times up and down the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. I had a big, huge one. Yeah. And you end up with 3 of the same tools in it.
Well, that was my painter, which we just fired.
And I said, why? You know, I use probably 2 screwdrivers out of this thing a day.
Well, you know what you're doing.
Well, I know most of appliances have 5/16, 1/4 inch, Phillips screwdriver.
Yep. Yep, you're right.
So the rest of them.
What happens though when I take the tools that I think I need and I need a hacksaw, I gotta go back downstairs.
Yeah.
I would bring it all up in the first place, then I gotta lug the friggin' stuff up 3 flights.
I sort of like the idea of those 5-gallon pail tool pouches.
Yeah, the bucket thing.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I had a guy that worked for me for years, painter, just general work, painting, vacuuming the halls and stuff. We just let him go. It's funny, we're always worried to get injured on the job. We let him go, get triple bypass surgery a week later. Didn't have a heart attack, but he went to the hospital and he never went to the hospital. Triple bypass surgery a week after we let him go. So anyways, he'd have a bucket of tools and he'd just keep putting more tools in it until it was full. And I'd dump it every 3, 4, 5 months and he'd really get pissed off. Because I would just dump it upside down on the ground. So I'd find water in the bottom, wet rags, moldy wet rags. I'd find my screwdrivers I was looking for, 2 or 3 of the same screwdrivers, which were mine, not his. And he'd get freaking pissed off at me, but I'd say, how do you talk to a guy that's got 5 of your screwdrivers, 3 all the same, and with a wet rag at the bottom, getting moldy and the stuff rusting in the bottom. Anyways, we let him go, and a week later he has triple bypass surgery, 60 years old. Can't believe it. Luckily we let him go a week before, otherwise he would have had a heart attack on the friggin' job.
Yeah.
Not a joke?
And so, yeah.
Of course, what the heck, huh?